So how about we take a look at a bunch of Disney rooms that we are never gonna get the chance to stay in. Hey everyone, welcome back to That Disney Girl, and of course if you are here and new to the channel today, what's up? My name is Alessa and we are gonna be talking about some pretty freaking luxurious rooms across all of the Disney World properties all over the globe. So let's get into it. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 coolest rooms on all of Disney property that I wish I could stay at but will likely never be able to. But in my 5th position, what I think is the 5th coolest resort and room and just overall experience on all of Disney property is going to be the Bora Bora bungalows at the Polynesian Village Resort. The Polynesian Village Resort, if you don't know, this is one of the deluxe resorts on the Walt Disney World property. It's attached to the monorail line, meaning it is easy access to Magic Kingdom, which amazing. But if you have seen the Bora Bora bungalows, these basically look like Bora Bora bungalows. They're gonna be on Seven Seas Lagoon. They're gonna have their own private pool. There's gonna be like little hanging chairs that you can watch Happily Ever After from, since your room literally looks out onto the Magic Kingdom. They even pipe in the music for the fireworks onto your specific bungalows. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house with a pull-out couch, and there's gonna be like a little Murphy bed with the electrical water pageant, like a little graphic design on there, so I think that's super cute. But the bathroom in the master bedroom is so luxurious and lovely, and all of the rooms and everything, all of the finishings, they're very high end, but they still have that kind of peaceful Hawaiian vibe. So these rooms are gonna typically cost around $2,500 a night, and that is a very expensive price tag. And although of course I have never stayed at the Bora Bora bungalows, I assume it would be like a very magical experience being able to watch fireworks from a pool that is private to you. It sounds amazing. But the reason that this only makes my number 5 slot is that we kind of already know about the Bora Bora bungalows. They are semi-easily attainable. There isn't like a spectacular amount of theming going into this specific room. It is kind of just blending into the resort as a whole. But then again, I mean, I would never mind watching Happily Ever After from a private plunge pool on my little veranda. Okay, so like I said, you guys may have already known about the Bora Bora bungalows, so let's get into a couple of hotels that maybe you haven't heard about or some rooms you haven't explored yet. So to start off that whole train, we're gonna be heading all the way over to Tokyo because they have one of the coolest freaking hotels on Disney property, and that's gonna be called Hotel MiraCosta. Or is it Costa? Or Costa? Honestly, Hotel MiraCosta, Costa. Hotel MiraCosta inside of Disney Sea. So yeah, you heard me, exactly what I said. This hotel is literally inside of a Disney resort. So you can pay to sleep inside of one of the Disney parks. Not even just one of the Disney parks, like one of the most beautiful Disney parks ever. So there are a bunch of different views that you can get from different parts of the hotel. Of course, the most expensive view is gonna be the ones that look out onto the actual park itself. You can see Fantasmic from your room, but there are also views that are gonna look out into other parts and themed areas of the hotel. So the hotel kind of has like a Portofino Italian European vibe going on, and if you just look into like the little alleyway over here, it looks like you've just been transported to Venice. So this is another reason why I think this hotel is so spectacular, is because although it is in a theme park that's already like enough to be something that's so grandiose and amazing, it's kind of created its own land within a whole theme park that has a bunch of lands within it. And I say this because when you're inside Hotel MiraCosta, you can almost forget that you're literally at Disney World. It just feels like you're in this European adventure. It's so picturesque and beautiful, and it captures this idea of like a boutique hotel, a sort of vibe that it's giving off, and it makes it all seem like you're just experiencing this quaint, very specific experience. So this one's usually gonna range from around $800 to $1,500 per night, depending on that view that you choose. The cheapest is gonna be the view of the Venice looking area, the most expensive being the Fantasmic viewing and the park view. And I mean, the rooms are nice enough. They look like a very deluxe level resort kind of room. If I had to give it a vibe, I'd say the insides are kind of fall along the regalness of the Grand Floridian type rooms. But of course, that's not what you're paying for when you stay at this hotel. You're paying for the location and the theming and for that once in a lifetime experience of sleeping inside a Disney park. And it may not be $2,500 a night, but if you just want to use the pool at this resort, it's gonna cost you $25 per person every single day. So it could run you a pretty hefty price tag. So something I was wondering about this resort specifically was, what if I want to go outside in the middle of the night at 2 in the morning? If you're staying at a normal resort, you can totally do this, but if this was located inside of a Disney park, how can they monitor you? So I took a look at a map and I found out that the resort, although it is inside of the Disney Sea park, it does have part of its like circumference, I guess, located along the border of the park. So there is an entrance and exit on the outside of the park that you can use to get in and out of the park, and that is going to be around the monorail station for this park. Okay, so that was number 4, but now we're gonna be moving down to number 3, and number 3 was a very hard decision because there was like a hand group of rooms that I had to pick from, and I decided to only go with 1. And these are gonna be taking place inside of the Disneyland Hotel in California by Disneyland. And if you know anything about the themed suites at the Disneyland Hotel, you know that there are a whole bunch of them that are all gonna be themed to different lands inside of Disneyland. So don't worry, I will make sure that you guys get to see quick clips of all of those rooms because they're all very spectacular, and each room has like specific little things that really win it over for me. But the room that I chose in the end would be the Adventureland room over at the Disneyland Hotel. So this room is going to cost you around $2,500 to $3,000 per night. If you want to stay here, you cannot just book online. You need to literally call Disney directly. These rooms are so coveted and special and magical. And this specific room is going to have like a little lounge area. There is going to be like a secret little tucked away couch sort of things. You're gonna have 2 bedrooms, which we'll get into after because they're both stunning. 2 baths in both of those bedrooms. There's literally a full bar that you can have access to, and the theming is amazing. So I am someone who loves the Disney Sea, and that's why I really enjoy this room because it captures so many specific elements of the Disney Sea. And I find that in this room, opposed to all of the other Disneyland themed suites, the Imagineers found ways to tie the actual park itself and the attractions and some character backstories into this room, opposed to just making it look like Adventureland. There are little hidden details and photos on the wall, such as lots of photos of the Jungle Cruise, that really make this room and this whole suite feel like you're actually in the park and kind of like experiencing an extension of the land. Okay, so first we're gonna not start with the master bedroom, we'll leave that for last, but we're gonna take a look at the second bedroom. So this is gonna be set up like you're one of the jungle skippers and you're literally going into your tent. Have you ever seen a room that looks so much like a tent that you wanna sleep in? And I mean, I am not an avid camper, but if someone would like to offer me a stay in this room, I would gladly take you up on that request. Just comment down below. And it's gonna be inside of this room that you're gonna get lots of glimpses of the Jungle Cruise. Of course, it's very fitting since this is kind of like the Jungle Cruise room. So you're going to be able to see the Jungle Cruise boat. And when I like zoomed into the photo, it really made me feel like the guy who was steering the boat, the hat on his head, looks like Indiana Jones. And I will link some videos down below if you want to see how Indiana Jones ties into the whole like Disney character backstory as a whole. And inside of the master bedroom, which we will jump to in just a quick moment, you're gonna notice that there's gonna be a couple hats on the walls, and some of these hats are really indicative and representative of the Indy hat. Of course, it's not gonna be his specific hat. Indiana would never leave his hat, but it could be a gift that he had passed down. But let's also look at the master bedroom. So this is gonna kind of feel like an elevated sort of Adventureland room. There's literally a clawfoot tub sitting there in the middle of your room. But the master bathroom, I think this one is gonna be superior to our tent sort of bathroom, although that one is lovely as well. But the master bathroom here is quite spectacular. You're gonna have this like stone grotto that you can go into. So that amazing spectacular grotto shower is gonna have a foot spa. It has steam and rain showers. It's gonna have lightning and sound effects that make you feel like you are literally inside of a rainforest or a savanna. I mean, what kind of shower can give you that? Even when you're entering this room, the doorbell isn't just your typical doorbell. It's gonna be like the tiki drum gods that you can get inside of the tiki room. That's what's gonna ring, and then you go in and you see all of these tiki masks, so right away you're getting this tiki room vibe, but then you explore the rest of the room and there's so much more. The bookcase on the wall is literally a secret entrance to a hidden room, which to me I think is an ode to Skipper Canteen over at the Magic Kingdom. If you haven't ever been, Skipper Canteen is gonna be the Jungle Cruise themed restaurant that you can get at over at Magic Kingdom in Adventureland, and they have a Disney Sea secret room that you can enter through a hidden bookcase on the walls. But although the Adventureland Suite is my personal favorite, there are a bunch of other sweet and amazingly themed rooms. I'll pop in a few pictures of them now. But in the end, like I said, the Adventureland theming is the one that has my heart. Okay, but now we're moving to the number 2 spot, and now we're kind of moving into rooms that you will likely never have the chance to stay in, no matter how much money you have, unless you're Bob Iger. So number 2 is going to be the Disneyland Dream Suite. So a couple quick little history facts about the Disneyland Dream Suite. Of course, we know where Walt's little apartment was inside of Disneyland, but as Walt's business began to grow, he wanted a bigger area inside of Disneyland that he could stay in. So this was going to be the Disneyland Dream Suite. So if you head on over to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Disneyland, there's going to be a set of stairs, and if you head on up those stairs, you're going to be able to enter this suite. Walt wanted to have his suite in the back of the park because he thought that that's where it would be the least like hustle and bustly. Each of the rooms in this suite were specifically being curated to have little glimpses of each land inside of all of Disneyland. So there was going to be like an Adventureland type of room and a Fantasyland type of room. But these were all going to be very subtle touches, and that's what his designers were working on. Unfortunately, Walt ended up passing before this room came to fruition. So Roy decided that he was going to put this project to a halt because he figured that Walt's family wouldn't want to stay here without him, because this was kind of like his creation that he never got to complete. So this area actually ended up being used as a gallery. Then in 2007, there started to be construction on the room to remodel this room to be exactly what Walt once envisioned for 2008, which was going to be the year of a million dreams, where families would have the opportunity to stay inside of this suite. So the bathroom inside of this place is seriously amazing. And it's not for the bathroom itself, it's for the tub. If you can see this tub, it's like a freaking jacuzzi that has lights that go up on the wall, like you're sitting there in some sort of magical heaven. And then just past that bathtub, you're going to go into a Main Street themed closet, which, like, imagine having Main Street in your closet. So for the lucky families that are able to stay in this dream suite, you are gonna check in at 2 p.m., you check out at 10 a.m. the next day. You're gonna have your own personal fairy godmother guide that's gonna take you all around the parks. You can literally go out into the park in your bathrobe at 2 in the morning. You're just gonna have your fairy godmother tagging along to make sure you're not doing anything too crazy in the parks, but it would be the most amazing experience ever. And plus, when you go up onto the luxurious balcony, you're gonna get prime viewing of Fantasmic. So if you thought Hotel MiraCosta was cool, this is even better. But from what I read, the last time that a family was actually able to stay in that suite, it was 2014. I may be behind on that, and there may have been a family even more recently, because now this isn't really a dream suite. It's gonna be called 21 Royal. So if you ever want to visit the suite, you totally can. All you need to do is grab 12 friends and a mere $15,000, and you can have a nice little dinner here. And yes, I said $15,000, so you're gonna be paying well over $1,000 per person in order to dine here. I've heard that the meal is quite good, not anything like spectacular, but it is a huge multi-course meal, multi-drink meal. You end up having a dessert party on the balcony to watch Fantasmic at the end of the night, and you get to explore all of the rooms, although you're not actually gonna stay here. It's kind of just like your own very regal tour with probably the best hospitality and experience that you will ever get at a dinner. And I'm sure by now most of you have probably put together what my number one most amazing room in all of Disney World that I would likely never be able to stay at room would be. And that is gonna be, of course, the Cinderella Dream Suite over at the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. Okay, so a quick little backstory before we look at what is inside of this room, what you get when you stay there, how amazing it could possibly be, and everything else. There are some controversial ideas on this of whether or not Walt actually wanted this room. We know that he had his room over in Disneyland, and from what I read, he wanted to be able to have a room inside of the Magic Kingdom that he could bring his family to. Of course, the Magic Kingdom wasn't something that was primarily his main focus. When we're talking about the Florida project, that was going to be Epcot, but creating a second sort of Disneyland, like a castle park, that was always something he intended on doing, so I like to believe that he wanted this suite to be here, but like I said, contrasting opinions. It ended up being a phone call operator area, and then for the same reason that we got the Disneyland Dream Suite, we ended up getting this suite because of the Year of a Million Dreams. So Disney, in I think the span of 6 months, made this probably the most highly themed room in all of Walt Disney World. Now let's take a look inside of this Dream Suite. If you are going down Main Street, it's gonna be on the inside of the castle, there's gonna be those big, massive wooden doors with cast iron on them. I think it's gonna be the door on the right side of you. You're gonna go in that door. There's gonna be like a little mini lobby. There's gonna be a grandfather clock that never strikes midnight because instantly you are Cinderella. You're gonna have this idea of your fairy godmother the same way that you had at the Disneyland Dream Suite. You're gonna have a cast member who is very knowledgeable and so brilliant on everything that comes to Disney that will be following you around and accompanying you for the 24 hours that you are in this suite. That person is gonna be like your human fast pass, your talking guide that could tell you anything about anything you ever wanted to know about Disney. That person can also get you whatever you want. I mean, I've seen photos of Katy Perry eating takeout pizza at like 2 in the morning inside of the Dream Suite. So if you want it, they can make it happen. The bare logistics of this room is that it is around 600 square feet. You're gonna have 2 queen beds. There's a second little like room that has like a draw curtain sort of thing, and that is going to have a pull-out bed, and like it's kind of like a little lounge area, but if you have a family of 6, that's where you can put 2 more people. You're going to be able to have windows that are a little bit clouded because they do have stained glass on them, but those are going to look out into the park. And you're gonna have a photo frame that transforms into a TV. And now if we're gonna talk bathrooms, this is gonna be actually my favorite bathroom. It's like they took the Disneyland Dream Suite bathroom and like plus it up because it is so amazing in there. You're gonna get that same idea of like the lights on the wall, except this one kind of gives me like a Grecian vibe. There are a lot more murals all over the wall and it all just seems more like grandiose and lovely and beautiful. And of course there's like your typical shower and sinks and stuff, but we know that we're all here for the jacuzzi style whirlpool bathtub that lights up, you know, inside the water and on the ceiling. And like the Disneyland Dream Suite, your fairy godmother can accompany you out into the world of Magic Kingdom no matter what time it is. So that means in the middle of the night, you want to go out into the park, you totally can. If you're wondering, is there a way that I can just see this room? Yes, there is. Unlike the Disneyland Dream Suite where you can have a whole dinner, you can take a very expensive tour for just a mere $12,000, and one of the stops on that tour is going to be the Cinderella Suite. You will not be able to sleep here, you're just going to be able to like walk around it, but you will be able to visit it. So if you have a group of people that really wants to take a look inside of this suite, that is a tour you could definitely check out. But if you want to sleep here for the night, there is no way to guarantee that. Disney often offers the suite as a prize for lots of charitable contests that go on, and during the Year of a Million Dreams, and a couple of times aside from that, Disney will sometimes pick a family and give them the magical opportunity to stay inside of the suite. But there have also been people that have offered upwards of $40,000 to stay there for just one night, and Disney has turned them down. And if you want to know more about that suite, I have another video, I will link it down below, and it will explain literally everything you need to know about that suite. So there you have it, folks. Those are gonna be my top 5 most amazing, luxurious, magical rooms in Disney World that I will never get the chance to stay at. Let me know if you agree with my choices, if you have had the opportunity to stay at any 5 of these Disney rooms. That would be like, I want to talk to you about it, so comment down below or send me a DM. And as usual, if you enjoy the video, make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up. If you like everything Disney, you gotta subscribe to this channel. But until next time, folks, I will see you all real soon. Bye, everyone.